Hi there, my name is Dana Logan. I'm an orthopedic physical therapist, and what I have for you today is a core stabilization workout. It is on the advanced side, but it is designed for people who have osteoporosis. So some core exercises are not safe if you have osteoporosis. But my mother asked me to design a more challenging core workout for her that was safe because she does have osteoporosis in the spine. So this one's for you, Mom. So you're gonna start on your back, and what you're gonna do is let's just warm up your spine, and I want you to just flex your back into the ground. You're gonna roll back a little bit and you're gonna roll forward. So you're just gonna work through a little bit of range of motion to get the spine warmed up a little. Let's go about 3 more times. There's 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna have you find a stabilized position in your back. So what you're gonna do here is gently press your low back into the ground, but you don't wanna force it in and you don't wanna drive your weight through your heels. So this is happening by just tightening your stomach muscles. So I like to think about 3 steps. You're gonna pull your belly button towards your spine, and then you're gonna think about kind of sucking your hip bones together, like your hip rims. You're gonna try to pull those in towards midline, and then you're gonna draw your bottom ribs down towards your hips. So everything in the center of your abdominal area is really engaged. It should feel fired up right now. And let's just keep holding that. And you're gonna hold that for about 10 seconds while you're breathing. Very important to breathe while you're doing these exercises. So hold a little bit longer, just find all those muscles in your core. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Take a little bit of a break. Now we're gonna advance that. So you're gonna find that stabilized position, and you're gonna contract all those muscles. Now this time you're gonna bring one leg up to what's called tabletop, which is just a 90-degree angle at your knee and your hip. So you don't want your knee just flopping down, and you don't want your hip coming towards your chest. So you're at 90-90, and you're gonna hold that position, and let's put one hand on your knee, and you're gonna maintain your contraction in your stomach, and you're gonna press your knee into your hand and your hand into the knee. So you're meeting pressure, but it should be challenging, and you're really gonna feel a deep firing up of the abdominal muscles here, even more so. And let's hold 3, 2, 1, release. Stay on that same leg. Let's go again. Good. We're gonna do 2 more for about a 6-second hold. Go ahead and release. Press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. 1 more. Then we're gonna switch to the other side. And good. Go ahead and switch legs. Other leg comes up, hand meets it, stomach in, that 3-step core contraction, and press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Again, press. 4, 5, 6, release. Again. And you're in control. If you press pretty hard, it just intensifies the exercise. Release. 2 more, or 1 more, I'm sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, now we're gonna do the same thing, but both legs together. So if that's too much for you, or if you find your back is arching off the ground and you're not able to maintain contact, just stick with one leg at a time, and that is just fine. So let's bring both legs up to the tabletop position, hands here, and you're gonna press, meet the resistance with your hands into your thighs, that 3-step core contraction, a little bit of a break. Again, press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release a second, right back at it. Press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, and 1 more. Great. Make sure your back's in contact with the table, or with the ground. 4, 5, 6, and take a break. Let's stretch the other direction. Dig your heels into the ground and lift your hips up. And let's just hold a nice bridge for a few seconds here to open the front of the hips where we just worked. Really squeeze your butt muscles together. I like to lift my toes off the ground. That helps me transfer the weight into my glutes a little bit. You can do that if you'd like. Come on back down, and let's go 1 more time and hold. Very nice. And come on back down. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is go back to that tabletop position with both legs up, and we're gonna heel tap, one leg at a time. Now, if I'm gonna show you 2 levels. So the advanced level is both legs up and one leg will come down at a time. If that's too much, and again, if your back is arching off of the ground, what you'll do is just maintain the 3-step core contraction and just march one leg at a time, alternating from here. And that is just fine. That is still a great workout. And there's always room to progress. Okay, so take a deep breath. Whew, let it out. Good. 3-step core contraction. Belly button in, hip bones together, ribs to the hips, everything fired up. One leg up like you're marching, the other leg up to meet it. Maintain that position. Tap one heel, alternate, back and forth. Good. That's 2 on each side. We're going to go for 10. There's 3. Make sure your back's staying engaged, or your stomach muscles staying engaged and your back is in contact with the ground. 5, halfway. 6, good. 7, very nice. 1 more on each side. Both legs up and lower down slowly. Good. You can let your knees drop side to side for a little stretch. We're going to do a second set, and you can either do one leg marching at a time, the way we just did it, or even a third, more challenging way will be both legs up, where you tap both heels together and up. This is quite a challenge. So if you're finding that your back is getting pulled up into an arch position, just go one leg at a time. So the third level is very challenging. So don't feel like you have to get there right away. Okay, so 3-step core contraction. Belly button towards the spine, hips together, ribs together, one leg up, the other leg up, and let's go either tap both legs or one at a time. Good. I'm going to go for both. And you have to do twice as many then if you're doing both. If you're doing one at a time, you're going to get 10 on each side. Here we're getting 20. And try, I just have my hands at my side for a little bit of support. If again, you want another challenge, put your arms straight up in the air. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, and take a rest. It's time for a break. Let's pull one knee up to the chest just a little bit. Then the other one. Good. And one more time on each side. And then the other. Okay, now this exercise is going to be a leg extension. So the levels, you're either going to keep one leg down, the other one's going to come up to tabletop, 3-step core contraction, and then you're going to extend one leg and back. So you can do this way, or a second level would be both legs up, and then from there you're going to extend and back, and we're going to stay with the same leg. And then the third level, your arms up in the air, okay? So let's go ahead and get into position. Belly button in, hip bones together, ribs down towards your hips. I'm going to take my arms up in the air, and so you can either bring one leg up, bring the other leg up, or keep one leg down. And here we go. Extend one leg and stay on that leg, that same leg for 10 times. Good. Make sure you're thinking about the center of your body the whole time. Bringing the belly button in, nice and stable. Great. And then switch sides for 10, 9, and you can count out loud with me. That way you know you're not holding your breath. 5, 4, 3, almost there, you're doing great. 1 more. Okay, both legs down. Now for the second go around, we can make that harder 2 ways, and I'll let you choose, or you can stay at the level you were at. So you can either go up, and as you extend, you're going to extend your same arm, Okay, that's one. And this is by far the most advanced if you're gonna shoot both legs out together and back in. Now that is only for people who really have rock solid cores. So if you can't do that move or even think about it, don't feel bad. It's very, very challenging. I'm gonna go arm and leg. So let's go. I'm gonna put my arms up in the air, 3-step core, belly button, hip bones, ribs, up to starting position, and let's go 10. Same side, nice and long, like you're pushing your foot towards the wall in front of you. Good. Keep breathing, keep the core engaged. And then from there, let's switch directions, or switch sides. Don't switch directions, just switch sides. Good. Three more. 1. My abs are talking to me. 2, and 1 more. All right, let's bring both feet down. Let's do another bridge. And you're gonna hold it up here for a little bit. We're gonna go about 10 or 15 seconds here. And then we're gonna go through some planks. Great, so let's go ahead and flip over. And different plank options, okay? So you can either go on your knees and forearms. You wanna make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. And from here, your body's like a board, but you're gonna press up just onto your knees a little bit, and you don't wanna sag through your shoulders. You don't wanna peek, you don't wanna stick your butt up in the air. You don't wanna arch your back. Everything should be flat as a board. So this would be level 1, and you can hold that position, and that's great. Or if you're more advanced and you wanna go onto your toes, turn your toes under, and then from here, you're just gonna raise up. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna hold planks. We're gonna end here. You're gonna do 3 planks, and we're gonna hold them each for 30 seconds. So find the level that is good for you. And then I will give you one more option if just holding a straight plank isn't enough. You're gonna hold here, and what you're gonna try to do, you can put your feet apart a little bit, is tap one hand in front of you a little. But you can only do that if you're not rocking side to side, okay? So we're gonna start here in about 8 seconds, and you find the level that is right for you. And let's go in 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna hold a static plank here, and I want you to even think about tightening your stomach muscle, not just your stomach muscles, but your quadriceps or your thigh muscles and your glutes. So everything works in a plank. Make sure you're not sagging through your shoulders. Everything is engaged. You're holding very rigid. And you have 5 more seconds. You're doing great. If you need to drop to your knees, no problem. And take a rest. Good. And you can come on down to your stomach. Wiggle it out a little bit. And you're just gonna do 2 more of those. You're almost there, hang in there. And let's go in 3, 2, here we go. Up for the second plank. Okay, remember, tighten the stomach, tighten the glutes, tighten your thigh muscles. Don't let yourself sag in your chest. And you're gonna hold this position. Nice and stable. If you're starting to quiver a little, that's totally normal, that is just fine. Make sure if you need to drop to your knees, you can. Make sure you're breathing. If you can't make 30 seconds, that's okay. Come on down, that was 30. If you can only make 10 or 5, that's fine. That's where you start and you build from there. That's the great thing about consistency and exercise. If you stick with it, you're gonna see progress. And let's go for our last one. You're almost there. We're gonna go in 3, 2, and up. All right, and then remember, if you're really advanced and you want that challenge, you can tap one hand in front of you and the other, but you can only do that if you don't lose the form in your plank, okay? I'm gonna stay right here, and you're almost there, about 10 seconds.
Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. You did it. Make sure that you're drinking a lot of water after this. You can take time to do a little bit of a stretch. You did a great job. Thank you for joining me.